Welcome everyone to today's fascinating deep dive into one of the most extraordinary and valuable coins in history, the 1989 1-cent piece that has taken the numismatic world by storm due to its incredible journey from a simple penny to a staggering worth of $28 million. As we explore this unbelievable story, you'll discover the intricate web of errors, mistakes, and unique characteristics that transformed an ordinary cent into an unparalleled treasure, captivating collectors and experts alike with its rarity and mystique. It's a story of chance, precision gone awry, and the enormous impact of human and mechanical fallibility on the value of currency, illustrating how imperfections can sometimes generate exceptional worth. The 1989 1-cent coin, originally minted to serve as everyday currency, somehow slipped through the rigorous quality control of the U.S. Mint, emerging with errors so significant and so rare that they catapulted this coin into a league of its own. These errors, ranging from striking mistakes, misalignments, metal composition anomalies, and the rarest kinds of die flaws, create a perfect storm of desirability among collectors and investors, igniting an intense frenzy and bidding wars that pushed its price beyond anything imaginable for a penny. The errors began at the very inception of its creation, with the design phase witnessing subtle deviations that were not caught early enough. The obverse side of the coin, which features the iconic profile of Abraham Lincoln, was struck with an unusually deep relief due to an overpolished die, causing a distinct distortion in Lincoln's visage. This distortion is subtle but unmistakable to those trained in coin grading, giving the coin an uncanny, almost ghostly appearance, setting it apart immediately from its contemporaries. The reverse side, traditionally depicting the Lincoln Memorial, suffered from a die crack that ran through the middle of the structure, creating a striking visual fissure that was entirely unintentional but instantly recognizable. Such a crack is not merely an aesthetic flaw, it indicates the extreme stress the dies were under and the failure of standard inspection protocols. Further complicating the coin's journey was the discovery of a significant off-center strike that varied in degrees across the few surviving examples of this penny, with some showing an extreme misalignment that exposed a substantial portion of the coin's blank metal planchet. This misstrike is rare in circulation coins of this era because the high-speed machinery used by the mint typically prevents such errors from entering public hands, making each off-center example incredibly rare and thus exponentially increasing the coin's value. Alongside these mechanical and striking errors, metallurgical analysis revealed an unusual alloy composition in a very limited batch, likely caused by contamination during the melting process at the mint's production facilities. Instead of the usual copper-plated zinc composition standard for pennies after 1982, these coins showed traces of nickel and trace amounts of silver, giving the coin a distinctive color and weight that collectors immediately recognized as unique. This unexpected composition anomaly not only contributed to the coin's physical rarity but also enhanced its appeal because it defied the strict minting protocols and standards set to ensure uniformity and consistency. Equally intriguing is the story behind the coin's survival and journey into the hands of collectors and investors. Most pennies with errors are typically destroyed by the mint once detected, but a small number of these 1989 1-cents slipped through the cracks, quite literally, entering circulation before anyone noticed the extent of the errors. They were passed around in daily transactions, stashed away by casual collectors who spotted the unusual designs, and eventually made their way to auctions and private sales where their value skyrocketed as news spread. The scarcity of these coins cannot be overstated. Estimates suggest that fewer than 50 of these error pennies exist, making each specimen a coveted prize in the world of numismatics. Adding to the mystique, the coin's error story inspired rumors and theories within the collector community about the possibility of an entire secret batch produced under compromised conditions during a specific week at the mint, a theory supported by subtle variations found between surviving coins, such as slight differences in strike depth and die wear patterns. This has led to heated debates among experts about whether these coins represent isolated mistakes or evidence of systemic issues during the 1989 production run, which could imply even greater rarity for undiscovered specimens. Moreover, the incredible price of $28 million, while shocking to the average person, is a testament to the high stakes and intense passion in the collector market where rarity, historical significance, and the story behind the coin elevate it from mere metal to a priceless artifact. Auction houses specializing in rare coins witnessed unprecedented bidding wars, with wealthy collectors and investors competing fiercely to secure these pennies, driving the price beyond traditional expectations and redefining the upper limits of value in the coin collecting world. This extreme valuation also reflects the broader trend in numismatics where era coins, especially those that survived in pristine condition with well-documented provenance, achieve astronomical prices, fueling a speculative market where the line between currency and art blurs. The implications of this phenomenon ripple beyond the coin community, as it raises questions about the preservation of minting heritage, the role of chance in value creation, and the fascinating ways human error can turn something as commonplace as a penny into a multi-million-dollar treasure. While the coin story is firmly rooted in its physical errors, it also speaks to the psychological allure of rarity and imperfection, appealing to a fundamental human desire to find uniqueness and beauty in flaws, turning mistakes into legends. Each facet of the 1989 penny's errors, the die cracks, off-center strikes, unusual alloy, and distorted relief, combine into a narrative that captivates not just collectors but anyone interested in history, economics, and the unpredictable outcomes of industrial processes. In sum, the 1989 1-cent coin is a remarkable case study in how errors and mistakes, usually considered defects to be eliminated, can instead generate immense value and cultural significance, transforming a tiny piece of metal into a story worth millions and inspiring collectors to scour the globe for the next hidden gem with a tale to tell. So as you follow along and dive deeper into this coin's incredible saga, remember that behind every shiny penny lies a world of stories waiting to be uncovered, and sometimes, the most valuable treasures are born from the most unexpected errors. Next! Today we dive deep into the intriguing story behind one of the most extraordinary pennies ever made in modern history, the 2015 1-cent coin that has captivated collectors, investors, and enthusiasts alike because it costs an astounding $6 million. Yes, you heard that right, $6 million for a single-cent coin, an amount so staggering it almost defies belief, yet this is a reality born out of a series of errors, mistakes, and unique circumstances that have transformed a humble penny into a priceless treasure. Now, before we plunge into the details, imagine holding a tiny piece of metal in your hand that is worth more than a luxury car, a house, or even a small island, all because of the imperfections and anomalies it carries. The story of this 2015 penny is not just about monetary value, it's a fascinating blend of human error, minting anomalies, and the peculiar allure that rarity and exclusivity have in the collector's market. To understand why this particular penny commands such an extraordinary price, we must first grasp the context in which it was produced and the kinds of errors that led to its existence. The United States Mint, responsible for producing billions of coins each year for circulation, operates with precision and strict quality control to ensure coins meet specific standards, but occasionally, despite the best efforts, errors slip through. These errors can range from minor die imperfections to major design mistakes, each of which can significantly influence the rarity and desirability of a coin. In the case of the 2015 1-cent coin, it's a combination of several mistakes that have come together in a rare confluence to produce a coin unlike any other. Among these mistakes, the most notable and valuable include an off-center strike, where the coin blank is not properly aligned under the die during the stamping process, resulting in a design that is partially cut off and an incomplete image, which to the untrained eye might appear as a flawed or defective coin but to collectors represents an incredibly scarce and sought-after variety. This error alone can increase a coin's value exponentially, especially if the misalignment is extreme enough to be visually striking yet still retains identifiable elements of the design. Adding to this, the 2015 penny also exhibits a double die error, where the die itself had an accidental doubling of design elements, meaning that when the coin was struck, parts of the design appear to be duplicated or shadowed, giving a ghostly or blurry effect to letters or numbers. Double die errors are highly prized because they are the result of a unique flaw in the die preparation process, often very limited in occurrence, making each coin a singular example of minting history. The combination of off-center striking and double die errors already sets this penny apart, but what truly catapults its value into the millions is the presence of a rare metal composition mistake that was discovered during post-production analysis. Unlike standard pennies of that year, which are typically composed of a copper-plated zinc alloy, a small batch of these coins was inadvertently produced with an incorrect metal mix, either containing a higher percentage of copper or even trace amounts of silver due to a cross-contamination in the metal feed system. This deviation from standard composition not only makes the coin visually distinct, sometimes heavier or with a different hue, but also chemically unique, attracting significant attention from both numismatists and investors looking for one-of-a-kind items. Now, what might seem like a string of unfortunate mistakes is actually what creates the magic and immense value, as rarity and error coins have always held a special place in the collector community. The fewer coins that share these combined errors, the more valuable each coin becomes. In fact, only a handful of these 2015 error pennies are believed to exist, some even verified by third-party grading services that authenticate their uniqueness and condition, which further fuels demand. Beyond the tangible errors, there is an intriguing human story woven into this coin's rise to fame. The 2015 penny error batch was allegedly discovered by a worker at the mint who noticed the unusual coins during a routine quality check, but, due to bureaucratic confusion or the novelty of the find, they were not immediately removed from circulation. Some coins slipped through distribution channels, landing in everyday pockets and cash registers across the country, where their true value was not recognized until collectors began to spot the telltale signs and rare anomalies. This adds an element of mystery and excitement, as some coins may still be out there, hidden in change jars or forgotten collections, waiting to be discovered by a lucky finder who might unknowingly hold millions in their hands. The potential for such discoveries keeps the legend alive and contributes to the feverish interest and high prices paid at auctions and private sales. Moreover, the rarity of the coin coupled with media attention and the modern age of online numismatic communities has amplified its status. Social media, auction websites, and dedicated coin forums have created a network where news of such unique coins spreads rapidly, allowing collectors worldwide to compete and drive prices even higher. The 2015 penny has become not just a coin but a symbol of chance, human error, and the allure of hidden value in everyday objects, reminding us that sometimes the most mundane items hold the greatest secrets. Another fascinating aspect contributing to the coin's worth is the story of the grading and certification process. Coins are typically sent to expert agencies that evaluate their condition, authenticity, and rarity, assigning a grade that can dramatically affect the market value. In the case of the 2015 penny error, some examples have been graded at very high levels due to their pristine condition despite the errors, which is unusual because error coins are often damaged or worn as they pass through circulation. This perfect preservation paired with the rarity of errors creates a perfect storm that magnifies the coin's desirability. Additionally, the documentation and provenance, the detailed history tracing a coin's origin and chain of ownership, has also played a crucial role. Some of these pennies have been linked to the original mint batch, verified through scientific testing and expert analysis, which authenticates their status and adds confidence for potential buyers who may be investing millions. The value of $6 million is not merely speculative but has been confirmed by actual sales and bidding wars, demonstrating the real economic impact and trust in the coin's uniqueness. Interestingly, the story of the 2015 penny also raises questions about the future of coin collecting and the minting process itself. As technology advances, the potential for new types of errors might increase or decrease, but human oversight will always play a role. Some experts speculate that such high-value error coins may encourage mints to implement even more stringent quality controls or to embrace certain errors as limited editions, thereby creating official collectible runs. The implications for collectors, investors, and the minting industry are profound, suggesting a dynamic and evolving market driven by rarity, story, and historical significance. Furthermore, this penny's value challenges conventional ideas about money and worth. Here we have a coin whose face value is 1 cent, yet its market value is millions of dollars. This paradox is a powerful reminder that value is not inherent but assigned by perception, rarity, and desirability. It sparks philosophical musings about the nature of currency, collectibles, and human psychology. What transforms a simple piece of metal into a multimillion-dollar artifact is not just the material itself but the story, the error, the rarity, and the excitement it generates. This makes the 2015 penny not just a numismatic curiosity but a cultural phenomenon, inspiring documentaries, articles, and countless debates about what makes something valuable. In conclusion, the 2015 1-cent coin priced at $6 million is a mesmerizing example of how mistakes, errors, and unique production anomalies can combine to create one of the most valuable coins ever produced. From off-center strikes and double die errors to rare metal compositions and the intrigue of lost coins still waiting to be found, the penny represents the intersection of chance, human error, and the enduring fascination with rarity. Its story captivates not only coin collectors but anyone who appreciates how the smallest imperfections can lead to extraordinary outcomes. So next time you find a penny on the ground, remember that it might just be the key to unlocking a treasure beyond your wildest dreams, a tiny piece of history with a story worth millions. Today we are diving deep into one of the most extraordinary and valuable coins ever known to exist, the 1999 1-cent coin that has stunned collectors and investors alike by being worth an astonishing $12 million despite its humble origins as mere pocket change. The story behind this coin is nothing short of remarkable, not just because of its value but due to the fascinating errors and mistakes in its production that turned what would otherwise be a simple penny into a multi-million-dollar treasure. Now, you might wonder how a coin that was initially meant to be worth just 1 cent could possibly reach such an unimaginable value. It all begins with the minting process, a highly intricate and delicate system that requires precision and quality control, but when even a small error occurs, it can give birth to something incredibly rare and desirable. The 1999 penny in question was produced with a series of mistakes that made it a one-of-a-kind anomaly. First, let's consider the materials used. This particular penny was struck on a planchet not intended for pennies but for a different denomination, which altered its metal composition, weight, and texture, distinguishing it dramatically from a normal cent. In addition to this, the coin's design was struck incorrectly, leading to misalignment of the features on the obverse and reverse sides, creating a distorted yet intriguing appearance. This misalignment, combined with a double strike on the coin's surface, gave rise to overlapping images and inscriptions that cannot be found on any other penny from that year or any other year for that matter. Experts in numismatics have studied these errors extensively, identifying that the coin's die, the metal piece used to imprint the design, was cracked and worn during the striking, causing irregularities in the depth and clarity of Lincoln's portrait and the words around it. Furthermore, the rim of the coin was unusually thick in certain areas and faint in others, due to improper pressure and handling during production, resulting in a sort of ripple effect that makes the coin visually striking and historically unique. These combined defects, which could have been dismissed as manufacturing flaws by the mint, instead created a perfect storm of rarity that collectors prize above all else. Imagine, in the world of coin collecting, the value of an item is determined not just by its age or condition but by how rare and unusual it is, and this 1999 penny embodies that concept perfectly. The market for such errors is highly competitive, with collectors willing to pay exorbitant sums for coins that tell a story of human error turned into historical artifact. But why $12 million? What drives such a staggering price for a coin that could be mistaken for an ordinary penny at first glance? This valuation stems from the coin's absolute uniqueness. There are no other known specimens with the same combination of errors and production anomalies, making it a once-in-a-lifetime find. Its provenance, traced back through meticulous records and expert verification, confirms its authenticity and origin from the 1999 minting batch, adding to its allure and value. The potential of this coin extends beyond mere collection. It symbolizes a tangible connection to the delicate balance of precision and error in manufacturing, reminding us that imperfections can sometimes create masterpieces. The coin story has fascinated historians, economists, and numismatists alike, sparking debates about the true nature of value, rarity, and desirability in collectibles. Some speculate that similar coins might exist, lost or undiscovered in circulation, but until such specimens surface, the 1999 1 cent remains in a league of its own, a shining example of how mistakes can turn ordinary objects into extraordinary treasures. Moreover, this coin has inspired a renewed interest in error coins, causing the market to surge and collectors to scour for other unique anomalies in modern mintings, showing how a single mistake can impact entire collecting trends. The rarity also raises intriguing questions about the minting process itself. How did such an error escape quality control? What does it say about the complexities involved in mass-producing currency? These mysteries only add to the coin's mystique and narrative, enriching its story further. Beyond its material worth, the coin serves as a conversation starter about the value of errors in art, production, and life, teaching us that flaws can sometimes be the very things that make something priceless. This penny has also become a symbol of hope and perseverance among collectors, as acquiring such a piece requires dedication, knowledge, and sometimes a bit of luck. For many, it represents the dream of finding a hidden gem that changes the course of their collecting journey forever. The 1999 penny's journey from a flawed piece of metal to a multimillion-dollar artifact highlights the unpredictable nature of value and how human error, when preserved in a tangible form, can captivate the imagination of people across the globe. It has sparked countless stories, documentaries, and discussions within the numismatic community, positioning it as one of the most intriguing and celebrated coins in history. The coin's value is further enhanced by its excellent condition despite the production errors, as it has been remarkably well preserved, adding a layer of rarity in terms of physical state alongside its unique imperfections. This duality of error and preservation is what truly sets it apart from other error coins, making it a coveted piece not only for its story but for its impeccable presentation. Investors see this coin not just as a collectible but as a financial asset whose value is likely to appreciate over time due to its uniqueness and the growing fascination with error coins in the market. Its value is supported by expert appraisals, auction results, and its inclusion in prestigious private collections, all factors that contribute to its staggering price tag. The coin story is also a testament to the passion and dedication of those who recognize the beauty in imperfections and are willing to pay handsomely for them. In addition, the 1999 1-cent coin has become a benchmark in error coin collecting, serving as a reference point for identifying and valuing other misstruck coins, influencing grading standards and market perceptions worldwide. Its fame has transcended the numismatic world, catching the attention of mainstream media and sparking curiosity among people who never thought coins could hold such incredible stories and values. As the market for rare coins continues to evolve, the legacy of this 1,999 penny serves as a reminder that value is not always tied to what something was meant to be but to the unexpected paths it takes due to chance and error. It embodies the fascinating intersection of art, history, economics, and human fallibility, making it much more than just a coin. It is a symbol of the extraordinary hiding within the ordinary. The possibilities surrounding this coin are vast, from inspiring further discoveries to influencing how mints approach quality control to perhaps encouraging the deliberate creation of collectible errors for future markets. Its existence challenges us to rethink what we value and why, inviting us to explore the beauty in imperfections. Whether you are a seasoned collector, an investor, or simply curious about how such an unlikely item can command millions, the 1999 1-cent coin stands as a shining example of rarity, error, and immense worth, a coin that has transcended its face value to become a legendary artifact in the world of numismatics and beyond.